Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be making this hand garden rake. We already made this design in the other video, so if you missed that, go ahead and check that one out. And this is really just to learn some different skills in Fusion, but also you could probably use this if you have a small garden or something like that. So let's go ahead and open that up individually. So here you can see it kind of in more detail. And so I'm going to go ahead and start a new design. And we're just going to start from scratch. So if you remember how we made the last one, we used the center rectangle here, and it was 110 millimeters. So this was 30 wide and 110 millimeters long. And then we made this rectangle down here, used the R shortcut key. This was 40. And then this was 100. And then we drew a line here down the middle to make sure we constrain it. And then change this to, so click escape to get off, and then so you can select that, and then click X to make it in a construction line. And then we're gonna just, you can do it different ways, but horizontal, vertical also works. So just select that point, and then make sure you're colinear there with that edge. And then we also want to draw a line straight across here, so I use the L shortcut key for that. And then make sure that you get the midpoint of that, so it should be straight across. So that was our basic file last time, and so now on this one I actually want to make some little I guess you could say spokes, or I guess teeth is a better descriptor. And so I'm going to use a center rectangle here just because I have a center point. And then on these edges, I'm going to switch over to the R shortcut key, which is the 2-point rectangle. And now I'm going to dimension these into squares. So this is 20 millimeters tall. So I'm just going to make these 20 wide. And then you could also use a pattern, but for something like this, it's pretty quick. I just go ahead and dimension them out. But I do use the shortcut where you can actually click on whatever you want. And that way, if I change this to, say, 22, then all of them update together. And that also showed me here that this is not coincidence. So now we can go back and change this back to 20. And then click Finish Sketch. And so the first thing is to extrude everything out 30 millimeters. And then we're going to turn back on the sketch, extrude again, and then make sure we select that profile. And so this is a good example of, you could always, come around here, but if you want to select through the body, you can see that it's trying to select this front face, which makes sense. But I want to select that square underneath it. So if you left click and hold, it'll bring up this menu. So then it's kind of like X-ray vision is what I call it. So you can select the actual profile that you want. It gives you just the list of everything in that vicinity. So that's kind of the default, and then you can select your profile or the face below that. So we want that, and then it does select that now. So it kind of knows what plane you're looking for after you select the first one, so then it gets a little bit easier. But that's just some tip that I've learned over time. And then this direction, I think we went up 80, so just make sure you change this to join, and click OK. And then the next step would be to modify chamfer, and then we're going to chamfer this out 20. And kind of like the other hoe design, the main reason that I'm doing this is just to make it stronger. It just reinforces the teeth a lot, or they would probably break a lot easier. And then we're going to do modify, fillet, and then we're just going to use 5 millimeters on these edges here. And I think I did the front the last time I did it. We'll just see how it looks. And then all of these edges, make it 5. And you really don't have to do this. I just think it looks a little bit better. And then we also want to click plus, and then select this corner and make it 15, I believe is what I used. And then I missed this one, so I want to go back to that original fillet, and then hold Command so that you can select. And then I think that's what I wanted to do. And click OK. Now we do modify chamfer. This is going to be 5. And then these are also going to be 5. And then the bottom or the back side here to make it all rounded out. And then let's see if I did anything different here. Let's see. So I also added a chamfer here. So I'll go back and edit this. Oops. Oh, I have the wrong one selected, so that'll help if I select the right one. Hopefully this will work out right. There we go. And so I think that looks pretty good overall. And so that's similar to how that one looks. And then, oh, it also added chamfer up here. So edit and just select these and click OK. So there is a pretty simple hand tool rake. So if you want to color it, click A for appearance, and then go to plastic, ABS, you can drag it over, and then right click, edit, and then you can make it whatever color you want. So the one we did was like a burnt kind of orange looking color. So maybe somewhere in there. And then we click close. Alright, so that looks pretty good. It's upside down, but otherwise, the way to fix that being upside down, you can just say edit, -30, and then this would be hopefully -80, and then everything else kind of adapts. So pretty easy to fix even if you mess it up and go the opposite way, or you can flip it later, but I like everything to be the right orientation. Alright, so that is how you make the rake. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell y'all, you need to save it. So click save, and then call it hand rake, and then make sure it shows up over here in your Fusioneers Handguard Tools folder. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.